Hey, what's going on, guys? It's the VE Movie News Crew back again. It's been a while, but here we are, back to talk about some more movies coming at you in the year 2020. I'm going to be completely honest up front with you guys. We recorded a couple of videos over the winter, and I didn't have time to edit. It's been rough. You might see those videos in the future. Who knows? I might get around to it, but I have a lot more time on my hands now. Now that I have this job officially, I can say that now. I didn't want to talk about it on here because I didn't want to know until I knew, but I have a job that I can pretty much work around with now. So we'll see. Long intro. Let's get right into this video. It's top 5 films I'm most excited about in 2020. So do you want to start with your list, or do you want me to start with mine, Charlie?
Yeah, I'll hop right into it. 2020 I think is a very interesting year for films. It's not as comic book loaded, I believe, as 2019 or as 2021 will be, but that leaves room for different shit, right? My top 5, I'm just gonna start from the beginning. I got number 1, Eternals. As you guys know, we've covered Eternals for months. I can't wait for this movie. The fact that it's coming out this year and in, I believe, 10 months, I can't wait. Number 2 is Dune. That's a property I'm always very interested in, and you got my boy Timothée Chalamet in there. Batista's in there. Just excited for it. Venom 2 is my third most. Andy Serkis being the director now, and you got Tom Hardy hopping in, and we're gonna see Carnage in live action. My hype level for Venom 2 is pretty high right now, Garrett. I thought about moving it even to number 2.
The interesting thing about that movie too is you potentially, I don't know if they've said if Woody Harrelson is going to be playing Carnage, but I'm sure he has. Okay, so that's been said. I just didn't know if it had been officially said here or there, because they could always recast and then whatever, but. Plus, the character of Carnage could always move from one psychopath to the other, So that's. But I love the idea of Carnage as a character. This little spawn that just drips off of Venom and becomes its own sentient being and is more powerful than Venom and more murderous than Venom ever was. Which is saying something because Venom's been bad dudes. But
Yeah.
I
enjoyed the first one so much that I feel like the second one, it's expectations for me have.
Do we get really the Tom Holland cameo in this movie, Charlie?
I think we do. I think
they've mended the relationship enough now that they can genuinely get away with that.
I think
because before, remember, the problem was they didn't want to work with them. They wanted to make their own universe. When that failed, they're like, hey, we're just going to take everything back from you so we can make money off of it at least. And then Marvel's like, hey, we'll offer you everything to stay. And I'm assuming, or whatever, I'm sure there's people know more about what actually happened to make it stay. But you get what I'm saying. It was that.
They came to some deal. They got 2 movies. I think it's Spider-Man. They're going to do their own Spider-Man. Then he's got a cameo in another one.
So we'll see that.
And then theoretically, he's off into this universe. So
theoretically, if they can get it built up correctly.
At number 4, we got the Christopher Nolan movie Tenet. They did release a trailer for this. John David Washington's the star. Our boy. He's our boy. Yeah, he's our boy at this point. Robert Pattinson is in this movie. What a great actor. And I don't know.
What a bloody great actor.
It's all about construing time, and I don't know, man. That trailer looks so cool. I'm into it. And it's Christopher Nolan, right? Come on. And number 5, Morbius, which we will talk about. You guys will see us talking about later on. Morbius is my hype's there. I was pretty excited before the year started and we saw the trailer. I was pretty excited knowing Jared Leto's in it, and then it's connected with Venom. But now, I'm pretty into it. All right, Garrett. So let's go on to your top 5, good brother.
So we both had Eternals at number 1 because we've been the only people following this movie as closely as we have been, and I think something you guys appreciate about this channel is that we've been doing that. We've been giving you the coverage you want to see because you're like, what is this Eternals thing? Should I go see it? Is it the next Guardians of the Galaxy? The answer is yes. But anyway. Yeah, I just feel like there's no way I'm going to be hyped for another movie this year. There's a couple of them in here that kind of I had to restructure my list a little bit, but definitely comic book heavy on my list because I also have Wonder Woman 84 at number 2. My cat's being a lunatic back there. And I've just been hyped for this movie ever since Wonder Woman 1 came out. I just knew then there was more than likely going to be a sequel, and it was probably going to be really good. I don't think anything besides Shazam has even come to the level of Wonder Woman, so I think it's a perfect storm, to bring the DCU back here. Yeah, we love Shazam. Even if you didn't go see Shazam, you should rent it on DVD or whatever way you could see the movie, buy it digitally. Worth your time. Not even that long of a movie. Really fun action. the performance from Levi has kind of worn on me over time, just because I don't think he was the perfect casting, but I'm still excited for anything the DCU has going forward. So, but Zachary Levi obviously will return, so we'll see how that goes. Number 3, I had Top Gun Maverick. So I've been a fan of Tom Cruise's for a long time. I've pretty much seen, I've purposefully just seen movies I didn't think were going to be that good before because Tom Cruise was in it. I was like, maybe he'll make something out of it. Oh, he didn't. Oops. But anyway, everyone has their home runs, and sometimes you ground out, but it happens. But yeah, and I've loved Top Gun. I don't know if you were as hot on Top Gun as I was, but it was one of those movies my dad showed me when I was younger, and I was like, this is what a good movie from this time period was.
I think with the technology now in 2020, I mean, I think this movie's gonna be just the sound. It takes me to 2019. Ford v Ferrari. The sound of that movie was just so good. I think Top Gun Maverick, these planes, everything. I think it's just gonna be something that you need to sit there. You're just gonna be enjoying. You're gonna have a smile on your face. Gonna giddy in your shorts a little bit. It's gonna be a good show.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Okay, so at number 4, I had No Time to Die. So I have been a huge fan of Daniel Craig's interpretation of James Bond. James Bond. No, but anyway, you gotta throw the Connery in there when you can. But anyway, yeah, I mean it's only slightly higher on this list than Birds of Prey because of the fact that I just want to see what they do. This is likely going to be his last Bond film before they get Idris Elba or the female Bond or whatever they choose to going forward. Both of which I'm happy with. I ever since the idea of Idris Elba playing Bond came out, I was like, yeah, I want that. I'll take 2, thank you.
What a guy. Yeah.
Brilliant actor. I'd take anybody playing Bond, but I mean, especially if Rami Malek's going to potentially be a recurring villain in some of these films, that would be insane. But
talk about a great Bond villain, Rami Malek. Wow.
He just fits the bill in every way. But anyway, and as I already said, number 5 is Birds of Prey. You guys have been hearing me talk about this movie for a long time. This is one of my favorite comic book properties. I saw the trailer for it recently, and it just looked like a fun movie. I actually thought I hadn't seen it, but I saw it on TV the other day, so I guess I'll have to rewatch it to really get the
man that he's in it. I mean,
playing Black Mask. I mean, it's going to be interesting. That's a really interesting character, by the way, mob boss, but also doesn't really, I don't think, have particularly any powers, but he's just like kind of like the Joker has his influence on the world around him.
I think we'll get to the Joker. Like a movie that's a little bit more, grounded, and it's not, world-threatening events. Kind of like Ant-Man movies. And maybe that's the reason I like them so much.
Why Ant-Man movies are so interesting to me is because they always take place outside of the main plot. The biggest problem that Ant-Man 2 had was it tried to make the plot this world-ending thing. Or at least this potentially ultimately it tied into things that matter a lot more, which in retrospect you're like, okay, but that movie was trying to be bigger than what it actually needed to be, and it could have been better. But still a great movie, by the way. I love Ant-Man and the Wasp, but it's a retrospect thing that you're like, oh, this is really just a setup. But anyway, so those are our lists, everybody. If you have a different put your lists in the comments below if you have a different opinion. If you think we suck at picking movies that we're anticipating. I don't know, you're not us, so you tell me. But anyway, I want to hear what you guys have to say on this one.
For others, yeah.
Absolutely. I want to hear what you guys have to say in the comments on this one for sure. But, any last second thoughts to add to this, Charlie, or is that pretty much it?
I think it's going to be a good year for the theater. I mean, it's hard to compare it to 2020 or 2019 right now. But I think comic book wise,
honorable mention to Black Widow, by the way, didn't make either of our lists.
Yeah, Black Widow, the trailers look great, so I think Black Widow will be good. But unfortunately, some of these movies are heavy hitters right now. So absolutely,
like we said, it's not as big of a year as last year, but it is definitely a heavy hitting year for big blockbuster films. So thank you guys for tuning into this video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and you click that little bell so you know when we go live and or post the video. And we'll see you all next time.